Hello, welcome to the Soul Love channel. Today we are going to be talking about the 5 journaling prompts that potentially can really change your life. What if there were 5 journaling prompts that could actually change your life if you ask the right questions? Often we never are true to ourselves and we don't really ask ourselves the questions in the right way. One of them is, am I speaking my truth? Am I true to myself? Well, I know that actually came up in my life when I was in a relationship. I was very secure, but I just felt that I wasn't living my true self. I felt that I needed more from a relationship. I felt I needed more depth. And I knew that if I was going to be true to myself, I needed to let that relationship go. It wasn't an easy thing. It was another form of grief. It was a really difficult time in my life. But now that I look back, I can say that it was totally the right thing to do, because by being true to myself, I found my soulmate and I lived a totally different life. The next one is, where am I in my life right now? Am I settling or am I choosing? Sometimes we just do what we feel people want us to do, or we do for others all the time. We never actually do what we want to do and where our heart really wants to be. So that's a really important thing to ask your question. Where are you right now in your life? Are you settling or are you choosing? The next one is, what would I choose if I completely trusted myself? Well, part of my journey has been all about self-love, and I am very, very passionate about it. Because before I came to Doha in 2018, I didn't even know what self-love was all about. I've never really even heard of it. I thought it was just maybe getting your nails done. Yeah, that's maybe one part of it, but it's not the bigger part about self-love. Self-love is all about coming home to yourself, trusting yourself, forgiving yourself. Because how many times do we get upset with ourselves and we get frustrated and we talk to ourselves in a very bad way? It's all about giving ourselves that time. We give ourselves our energy to everybody else, but never to ourselves, because we think it's selfish. But it really isn't selfish. And I think when you get to that point of really trusting yourself, trusting your decisions, listening to your intuition, going into your heart, that's when we start trusting ourselves more. And then we have no fear. We have no fear of, and we trust the flow of what comes into our lives and what we want to bring into our lives. Which leads me on to the next prompt, which is, if fear didn't exist, how would I live my life differently? Now, fear sometimes is actually a good thing, as long as it's not stopping you from doing anything. I had a fear of coming to Doha, changing my life. I'd never ever lived abroad. I'd only ever been in the UK most of my life. So I took that chance of changing my life, moving to a new country. There was a lot of fear of, what if it didn't work? What if I wasn't happy? But that never happened. I think if fear doesn't actually prevent you from making those choices and doing the things you really want to do, then it's a good thing. So even if there is fear, push through it. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? Because there's more regrets in not doing something and trying something than having never done it. And don't we always say to get out of our comfort zone, to face fear, because you can guarantee that whatever it is, it's going to be a good thing coming into your life, that it's never going to be detriment against you. So face your fears. And the last prompt is, What no longer feels aligned in your life? We often just go with the flow of life, of just doing what we have to do, what we feel we need to do. We're not actually aligned where we feel that we are living our purpose. It's a really challenging time sometimes when you don't always know your purpose, but that doesn't matter. You just need to follow your heart and do things that you feel are resonating with you. Sometimes we just seem to ride the motions of life rather than actually living life. When's the last time you laughed so much you cried tears of joy? When's the last time that you got goosebumps? You know, when we live from that place of how we want to live our life, not how we're expected or have found ourselves, you know, it's never too late. We are in charge of our lives. And when you start a new chapter, isn't that always an opportunity? An opportunity for you to make those right choices for you. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed the content. And if you did, please just like and subscribe, because we want to bring more content and more value for you.